What's up, everyone? Straight from my home in the Valley and Tyron's home in Missouri. It's the Hollywood Beatdown with UFC superstar Tyron Woodley. What's going on, man? It's been a bit.
I'm doing great, man. I've been training my ass off. As you guys know, I'm taking on Colby Covington September 19th. Finally, the long-awaited fucking showdown, bragging rights.
Well, let's get into that right now. Fired up, dude. We've been waiting for this fight. I think for years.
2 years.
Yeah, you guys have been talking
since
a lot.
You went to Darren's Till fight in freaking Dallas.
Yep.
That was a fight that was supposed to be Colby. So up until that day of September 8th, 2018, that was supposed to be the first time I fought Colby. But I think everything happens for a reason, Evan. I'm mentally in a better place. I'm training my ass off. And there's so much more at stake in this fight than just win and loss. It's a political play to it. It's a lot of social inequalities. And you know what I stand for. Just look at this: balance, equality. And he's catching me at a point where in his mind, he may think, all right, Tyron took 2 lessons back to back. Let me try to get him now, even though I've been bitching out for 2 years. But little did he know, I'm locked in, I'm ready to roll, and I'm ready to hurt.
What's different this time around for this training camp than the last 2 training camps?
Last training camp, I did great. I mean, the training camp before, it was a good camp. I was ready to fight. I was in shape, and I had enough tools to get the job done against Usman. But the love wasn't there, to be honest. You know what I mean? I was going through a divorce. I was going through a lot of stuff in my life personally. I was having mental health issues, and I was just living a life, man. I was making millions of dollars, and I was feeling myself, and I didn't really love the sport. You know what I mean? Usman didn't really give me the motivation that a Robbie Lawler did, that a Carlos Condit did, that a Josh Koscheck did, and really nobody else in the division that was left. I said it, and people took it as being arrogant, but I said my toughest fights were already behind me. So this time, I'm bringing in a spiritual component of it, getting back to the reasons why I fight. I spent so much time with my kids during quarantine. It's also a social side to it. I'm from Ferguson, Missouri. You know what I mean? I'm doing some of my runs in Ferguson because when I was broke, I used to run around these nice neighborhoods and these nice subdivisions and these big houses because even when I wanted to stop at it, it made me keep running because I wanted that for my family. Now those are my neighbors. So now I got to go back to jog in my neighborhood that I grew up so I can reinvigorate that same fire. So I'm doing things like that. I've been meeting with a sports psychologist on how to unlock. You know what I mean? I got some top-notch training partners, some surprise training partners that'll be coming in. You guys will see in a couple of weeks.
All right.
I got some OGs, and I'm just really getting back to the basics in fighting and in life.
All right, so you sound like a humbled, positive person right now.
Yeah.
Let's peel back a layer. What are your feelings about Colby Covington at this point right now? Is it still animosity?
I mean, I still can give a fuck less about Colby. Like, I'm humble, but I still feel the way I feel. He built his whole name about talking shit about me when I was a champion, when I was on top, and I got to the pinnacle of the sport where I earned and I put hard work in. He wanted to participate in my moment and in my reign by using my name. And I allowed him to do it because he wasn't in the crosshairs yet. The second he won an interim belt, I'm like, all right, motherfucker, let's get it in. And then he was mute and he was quiet.
The Trump family watches Colby Covington's fights. He's been to the White House. He's met with Donald Trump Jr. He's spoken on the phone with Donald Trump. He's met him in person at the White House. Does that motivate you also to know that the president's going to be watching this? A guy that you are not a fan of?
They don't really fuck with Colby. Come on now. They know it's a gimmick. Like, he's a joke to them. Like, he's using the president, he's using Donald Trump as a gimmick, and they know it.
But at a point, the gimmick became real. I mean, he got a phone call from Donald Trump. Donald Trump Jr. was at his fight. My point is, they're going to be watching this fight. Do you think about that, and what does it mean?
They may watch this fight, and they do know who I am. One, because I probably shit on him a couple times on our show, and I probably had a dope-ass Trump tripping shirt because he was tripping. And if I was tripping, I would want somebody to tell me I was tripping too. So he's definitely going to watch the fight, but it doesn't motivate me anymore because they're into gimmicks as well. He's not a commander-in-chief that came from a long history of serving the military branch and being a general or being a politician. He was a reality TV star, and that's how he got his name. So therefore, he uses gimmicks. I think some of the times we think he just freaking missing a few screws and he put something out. I think it's on purpose, almost like Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think he's trolling us on purpose. You know what I mean? He got Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
What president in the history of presidency, none of the other 44 had Twitter fingers. Now, some of them, they didn't have social media, but Obama never did. You know what I mean? Bush never did. They never got on social media and made our country look so arrogant and made it feel so comfortable to pop out the closet when you're a racist or to basically only care about the 1%. Now, I'm in the 1%, and I still give a fuck about the other 99 because I was in that mix. I came from the gutter. So I don't just say, all right, I made millions of dollars over my career. Fuck them, man. Shit, I need some tax incentives. No, you don't do that because it's selfish, and it's very selfish. And I think he's a capitalist, and I think he is a person that thinks about himself. He's not. I don't think he's racist. And some black people are going to be upset with me. But I think if you got green on your face to him, he's going to fuck with you.
Right.
Black, white, green, purple, blue. I think it's about green to him. I think if you're Caucasian and you don't stand for what he stands for, he gonna say the same shit as he said when he was going to build a wall. You know what I mean?
Let me get back to Colby for a second. The guy has a gas tank. I think everybody agrees with that. We've seen him go the distance in fights. He looks like he's well conditioned. Do you see this fight going 5 rounds?
No, I see me knocking him in the fuck out. And this is what I got to say about a gas tank. No matter what's in your tank, no matter what's in my tank, we got to go from point A to point B. It's 25 minutes. I don't care if he can go 60. I don't care if he, you know what I mean, trains and is a fucking triathlete. It does not matter. In 25 minutes, that is a sprint. And I've sprinted 25 minutes more than any welterweight that is currently competing right now. Any of them. I don't remember how to fight a 3-round fight. I'll be probably kind of freaked out. So, yes, he has a good pace, but he also takes breaks. Now, they're throwing punches and kicks, but it's called an active rest. And when he takes an active rest, pause, I'm going to be in his ass. I'm whooping his ass. I'm going to be punching him in the face. I'm going to be exhausting his tank. I'm going to be punching him in his tank, which is his stomach. I'm going to be kicking him because I watched the film and I saw some things that Usman did. And, he didn't like that very much.
All right, let's go to the segment that Tyron named himself. Is called
On the Real, though.
On the Real, what's going on with John Jones, man? He vacated his light heavyweight title. He's in talks about moving up to heavyweight. Can he be successful at heavyweight? Do you think he'll be successful at heavyweight? He's flirted with retiring. What's going on?
He's not going to retire. Let's start there because mixed martial arts is too big of a component to John. And I'm not speaking from like me and John are best friends. I would say John is an associate. I got a lot of respect for him. You know, I think the level of competition and the way that he wiped out the divisions and rematches and things of that nature, he's done it all. He's had the rivalries, you know, and he's beaten so many world champions that we lose count. How much more can he do? There's no Lyoto Machidas left. There's no Rashad Evans left. There's no Rampage Jackson, Shell Sundins. There's none of those guys left. He beat those guys. Yeah. So now these young fighters that are a generation and a half after him, yeah, they may challenge him, but they're not going to beat him.
Right. Like
Reyes challenged him, and it was close. You know what I mean? Gustafsson challenged him, and it was close. But I've seen the rematches, and every time I watch John in a rematch, it's worse the second time around. He makes the necessary adjustments. Yeah. He made it against Gustafsson to a finish. He made it against Daniel Cormier to a finish. And I think he fought Dominic Reyes, it would be a finish. That's what I believe.
Can John beat Francis Ngannou? Can John beat Stipe Miocic?
Yes. Stipe Miocic, he can beat because Stipe takes a lot of punches. He gives a lot of punches. He's tough. He's very good. Now, let me tell you another answer. Can Stipe beat John? Yes, he can also beat John. But it's not like he's going up, he's giving up so much weight. Stipe Miocic, when he was in college, he was in Cleveland State. It's funny, one of my training partners, Jared Harris, is in town, and he's from Cleveland State. But Stipe was a small heavyweight in college. But he was fast. And then sometimes you got a good technique, good work ethic, a good gas tank, good power. At 225 to 260, if you got those other X factors, you can be successful. So, of course, I think he can beat him. And Francis Ngannou, in my opinion, he has a one-punch KO power, but he got to be close enough to make it happen.
Right.
He ain't side-kicking, he ain't elbowing, he ain't teeping the front leg. You know what I mean? He's not going to out-wrestle John. So John's a martial artist. John had a very, very high level of wrestling. Think of how much more vicious John was when it was takedown to the fucking elbows. My God. Anybody who got underneath him start doing like this and praying to the heavenlies. So think about it. If he brings that back, we've seen the fight against Curtis Blaze. We've seen the fight against, Derek Lewis. Francis Ngannou has made the adjustments. He came back on the streak. And I don't think he should fight a fight against Francis Ngannou. I think he should fight straight for the title.
All right, let's do the part of the show where Tyron gets to punch someone in the face and pat somebody in the back. Tyron, who do you want to punch in the face this week?
I want to punch Colby in the face because you're a bitch. That's it. And I want to pat you on the back because you're a G. And I mess with your vibe. You got a stressful job. You always smile. You can complain, but you never do. So I want to pat you on the back. Evan Rosenblum is getting patted on the back. And that's my pat for the day.
I'll take it. I need it. I appreciate it. I really do. I miss you, buddy. I can't wait to see
you back, brother.
And we'll talk soon. Remember, tell people what to do, Tyron.
And if you guys are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to TMZ Sports. If you're on Facebook, we appreciate you. Watch it there. But also subscribe because you get the notifications. You don't have to guess. You know when it's popping, when it's dropping. It could be Hollywood Beatdown. It could be some other bomb-ass show on TMZ Sports.
That's right, man. Appreciate it, guys. See you next time.